somewhere in May of 2020, we're like, hey, we're going to go ahead and raise our comp. Not we're going to lower it, not we're going to take more away from people. We're doing really well. We keep growing. Let's continue to give back to the agents best we can. We actually have a final expense product we'll pay 144% compensation on, which is a phenomenal product we have due to our new partnership with Integrity, which is coming up on a year now. So that's been unbelievable. But nobody was able to, this was just much higher than everybody else. And the thing for me was this, all I wanted was the ability to, I didn't want anybody to be at a 40, 50, 60, 70, 80% compensation, 90% compensation. I don't care where you go, but if you're at that compensation, you should quit. I promise you, I speak from experience of banging my head against the wall, 30 appointments a week. It's really hard to make money in this business with compensation that low. You'll make other people money, but it'll be virtually impossible for you to make really good money. Now, if you go, well, I'm trying to make 48 grand a year or 57, I go, yeah, but the guys and girls in charge are making millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars off of you. Why are you making 48? You're doing the majority of the work. If you're the agent and you go out there and meet with the clients, you're doing the majority of the work. You should get the majority of the pay. And when I make decisions, and when we make decisions here, we think about it. Matter of fact, I think you'll find about every one of our staff that's been around for a while has been out in the field. They understand what it's like. They know what's happening. They understand what it feels like to drive to somebody's house 2 hours away, get there on a Friday night, and have somebody not be there, or have the husband or the wife or the son, they know what it's like for you to knock on a door and people not to answer it right away. You have to have done this to have a true appreciation for the agents. And you have to have done it at a high level. So if you did it and you weren't any good at it, why are you trying to teach other people? That's always my first question. Oh, what we're doing here, when did you last do it and how good were you? Well, okay, then can you find me somebody that actually has been good at this and has done it like less than like 20 years ago? Because they can relate. You're teaching me on paper apps and like, can you talk to somebody that's actually, so for us, the compensation is ridiculously important. It remains ridiculously high. It will remain ridiculously high. The second thing that we were built on, and again, remains the same, and to give you an idea, we make decisions at Family First Life. It's very simple. We sit down in staff meeting weekly. We have bigger quarterly meetings. Every decision we make, we say it has to work for the client. All these leads that come into us, then I'll get into that in a minute. There's an inordinate amount of people asking for help. It has to be good for them. It has to be good for the agent. Client agent has to work for both of those individuals. And then it has to be okay for the company. I believe that the people we allegedly compete with make decisions based on what's best for the company first, and then if it works for the agent and the client, cool. If it doesn't, cool. Because you'd never put somebody at a 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90% compensation if you're worried about the agent and the client. Number one, it makes it harder for the agent because they're very desperate because they really need to make more sales to lower their compensation. If you're at a 120 and you're you're making twice as much, it changes your perception, what you're doing, and also you shouldn't have to work 80 hours a week to make enough money to support your kids, do things you want to do, pay for college, whatever it is your situation, whatever your situation is. So renewals for us was big. So renewals, if you've not been in this business, there's a variety of products that pay renewal. Final expense, the whole life, universal life annuities. There's so many products. America even has one that's on the different side, the mortgage side. There's renewals on products. And with Family First Life, you're vested day one. So what vesting means is the day you start with us, you are completely vested. So there's some companies that take your renewals. I say they're stealing them because they are. That's your money. I mean, I have no problem with everybody but you have to get paid something. It should be the vast majority of it because you're the one that's making the sale. So you're vested day one. You don't have to wait 5, 7, 10 years and go like, well, you have to remain with us or you won't be able to keep your renewals. You start today, you write policies that have renewals built into them, and a year from now when they renew, you get paid. You're vested day one. If in 7 years from now you wake up one day and say, you know what, I've always wanted to be a professional painter and I'm moving to Spain to do that. And I go, hey, good luck. We don't sell life insurance in Spain. We're not there yet. We don't have it. You go, to be honest with you, I'm just going to be a painter all day long, man. I sold enough. You go, what happens to my renewals? I go, they're your renewals. You did all the work, bud. Like, why would anybody take they're yours? You don't lose them because you go do something else in your life. Which brings me to the next point, which I think is probably the most important thing, to be honest with you. And I only say that because it's to benefit you. We do not require you to sign a contract. You are an independent contractor. If somebody asks you to sign a contract, ask them why they're asking an independent contractor to sign. When they give you some kind of crazy, ludicrous answer like, well, it's just to make sure everything's managed through the carrier, you go, I'm already working with the insurance carrier. You're going to be working with Mutual of Omaha and Americo and AIG and John Hancock and American Amicable and Prosperity. I can keep going on and on. You're already going to have some kind of deal with them. They're going to advance you money. You're going to be obligated as it pertains to them, but not locked into an individual IMO because you're independent. I'm not aware of anybody else that doesn't require a contract. Everybody else I'm aware of that we allegedly compete with requires a contract. I don't care what company you work at. I'm telling you I wouldn't sign a contract. And if you're new to the business or you're sitting here going, life insurance, I never thought about life insurance. I go, what about people that call you, contact you, send stuff in through social media, internet, direct mail, and they want your help, and you drive out there in some jeans and a short sleeve polo shirt on, and you say, hey, how you doing? No big crazy briefcase and presentations and suit and tie, and you help them. You're thinking about this business. The life insurance business is the greatest business I've ever seen, and done like this, you can make a considerable amount of money, and you get to help a lot of people. But one of the things you have to think about is, if you're gonna get into this business, you're not even in it yet, please don't go sign a contract. The contract is only for the IMO to lock you up if they don't like what you're doing. If you're leaving, if you want to go do something else, they have this contract that you've signed. We do not require people, when they come start working with us, to sell insurance, get leads, any of that, to be under contract. So please, it's important to know, and please try to find out for yourself why companies where you're independent and not captive are making you sign a contract. Next big deal for us is leads. Leads is very, very important. We made a decision a couple years ago that we knew direct mail has been very good. We knew that it was changing dramatically. We knew what kind of world we were entering into. So we got very involved in social media, Facebook leads, and internet leads. We are very good at what we do. We have phenomenal training. See, that's really important too. You know, it's funny because we had a group of people that recently started. I do write like a 5-year-old. And actually, no, I don't. 5-year-olds write better than me. I don't write well. So I'm letting you know that says leads, that says training. And they tie together because we had a group join us and they said, man, the company we worked at said we couldn't make sales off of social media leads and internet leads. And I go, well, the guys that run that company can't sell anything. You know that, right? And I don't know they genuinely care about the clients at all anyway, or for you for that matter. So we train them, show them what to say, which is not complicated. Show them what to do when they get there, which is not complicated. The majority of our agents don't have any experience in life insurance. This is just, do you care about people and you're willing to help them? Are you willing to get a little uncomfortable and change so you can go help them? And then we show them how to do this, and it allows you to have leads that could be our inventory we have, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of leads in inventory. So if you live in Baltimore and you want to sell in Baltimore, that's not a problem. We've had people join us and said, I'm in California, and they told me I had to fly to Michigan. I'm like, I'm not crazy good at geography, but really? Well, yeah, that's what I had to do. I'm like, well, we have all kinds of leads. Anywhere you're at, you want leads. People, and when I say leads, people that have said, I need your help. I need life insurance, whether it's to take care of my mortgage, like I die, I want to make sure the house is left to my family, and or my final expenses, or a combination of both. We get millions. I mean, we can produce leads like we could hire, if 100,000 people watch this and everybody joined, everybody sold, we'd have enough leads. We've grown that fast, but we have more leads, more inventory, which is even better. So our supply and demand, we got a crazy great supply. Great demand too, but crazy great supply of leads. But it's important to understand you get those directly from the lead vendor. There's no lead override. If you pay lead override, just quit. The lead override is, a lot of people like to draw these circles everywhere. Be aware. When you get more circles than money, you should quit, because that can be dangerous. So you got this, Tom over here hires Tim, and then Tim hires Mike here, and Mike buys leads, and they draw this big configuration out for you. But every time Mike buys leads, Tom and Tim are paying. So the machine, the IMO, can make more money. We don't do any lead override. You buy the leads from whatever vendor you want. We only use leads where they contacted us. We don't do any kind of telemarketing stuff. I don't want to do that. I don't like when people call me for no reason. We don't mess with that. We do real leads, people, Facebook, internet, direct mail, where it says they know it's life insurance, they know there's a cost involved, so how complicated is that to go out there and go, you fill this out, I'm here. So we teach you how to do that. If you watch a lot of our training, you'll see it's very presumptive. That's how I did my deal as a social worker. I didn't pretend to be something. If I show up at your house, I was a social worker at 21 years of age. I knocked on my very first door. Was I nervous? I was 21. No kids, no family of my own, just kind of hanging out, man. Still being a 21-year-old. And I'm going to talk to 30 and 40-year-olds about them raising their children and about what they should be doing differently, about their own substance abuse issues. I'm like, I was 21. I'm partying. Thank God I've been sober now 20 years. But I was 21 years old, man. So the very first thing I learned to do was say, ma'am, sir, Tom, Tim, Tina, listen, I'm 21. I don't have kids. I do have a social work degree. I love children. I want them to be safe. I have a passion for protecting them, probably part of how I grew up. I want to help kids that are in a situation they can be helped. Whatever you got going on in here, substance abuse, domestic violence, whatever it is, I'm here to help. And I'm always going to make decisions that are going to put the kids in the best possible position to win. Period. But I'm not going to pretend that I know what it's like when a 6-month-old baby's screaming all night long. I don't. But, so I was very we teach people to do the same thing in life. It's not so much about just talking about how long you've been doing it or not. It's getting people to understand the psychology behind who our clients are and why they buy life insurance and why they will say no if you don't do certain things. Make enough deposits, share enough about you, self-deprecating humor. People are funny when they make fun of themselves. Any great comedian's very good at making fun of him or herself, and we laugh. But if they go to the show and start making fun of us, we get angry. Life's tough enough. We don't go there to be entertained and be laughed at ourselves. We want them to make fun of themselves, and we laugh, and the whole deal. So the training also, what's important is the only people that train at Family First Life are people that are actually having success. So if Tom goes, I'm a crazy good trainer. I've taken a lot of public speaking classes, and I'm very refined, and here's my background. I go, I know, Tom, but you don't sell anything. And then you might get up and train, and people might actually do what you do, which would really be no good because you don't sell anything. So I can't let you hurt the agents because you want to feel good about training. It doesn't work that way. We've all worked at places where guys or girls were doing stuff, training, supervising, managing, and they had no damn idea what the hell they were doing. And we sat there and listened to them, which is complete insanity. We don't do that here. These men and women are selling life insurance, and they want to teach you to do what they're doing. Next big thing for us is building a business. So at the end of the day, the number one reason that we're the best place and the easiest place to build a business is we have very good compensation. So it's a lot easier to hire people when you have the most aggressive compensation. That's a true statement. We also have renewals from day one, so that makes it really easy too. We have no contract, makes it really easy. Hey, get started. People go, what do I sign? We go, nothing. Why would you sign a contract with an IMO when you're independent? Hey, leads, you get them here, all the lead vendors we work with, they're unbelievable. You get them directly from them. We're not trying to get in the middle of that, mess with you at all. And our training is by far the best. How do I know it's the best? There's no way we're going to issue close to $400 million this year, and our closest alleged competitor won't be anywhere near 100. There's no way you can argue. Take life. If we get near 200 million, if it's 180, and our next closest competitor is at 40, I don't know, is our training better? It has to be. It's impossible that our training's not the best. So building a business, the thing that frustrated me when I got in the business about building business, everybody wanted me to hire thousands of people. I'm like, I'm not that good. Model here is simple. 20 people you train to get to $20,000 a month. That's $400,000 in a month. You don't need to be making 20, 30, 40, 50. You could make 10 points and get $40,000 a month, which is $500,000 a year, with 20 people. And if you sold yourself $200,000-300,000 grand, then you'd be making $600,000-700,000. We have an army of men and women doing that. That's very simple. We do. We can show you how to do that. Our average agent at Family First Life, average issues right at $9,200 a month. There are companies that the carriers tell me their average agent issues $100 to $200 a month. An army of men and women not making money other places. We teach you to make money. We teach you how to be very profitable. The last thing I'm going to hit on before I wrap up is bonus. Excuse all of this. I'm sorry. It makes sense to me, but I know we're all over the place. If I work my way up here, I worked at a company, I worked my way up to top comp. Wasn't anywhere near 145. But I worked my way up to top comp. Selling a lot, big business, the whole deal. And then men and women got to my comp level. And then I said, all right, cool, what happens? Because I helped, they did the work, but I did help and train, and I was here, and I'm answering phone calls and working with the agents. I'm doing the best I can. How does that work for me? And they said, well, go find more people. I said, but what about these people that I've been working with now for 2.5 years? What about them? Yeah, that's not the way it works. Here at Family First Life, we say, all right, you know what? Tom, you got to 145. Tim got to 145. Tina got to 145. Congratulations. Awesome work, everybody. And then we turn around and go, we're going to start paying bonuses out for people. So we go above and beyond. Matter of fact, I think we're right at $900,000 a month that we pay in bonuses. So you always laugh when guys like, we pay bonus to my company. I'm like, how much did I pay last month? 38 grand to all the agents. I'm like, that's adorable. 38 grand for the entire month? We pay 900, we're getting to $1 million a month. We know we're going to go above that, which then takes this comp level much higher. That's the way we're even going to be able to go higher and say we're going to give back more, do what we got to do with the carriers here. They're going to wrap it up out here, but we can do things out of our own pocket, so we're happy about that. And then the last thing I'm going to say is we made a decision October 31st, 2019 to partner with Integrity. What does that mean? It means that we wanted to have the ability to have additional capital to do things for the agents. We've changed our infrastructure dramatically. CRM, we charge for nothing, by the way. If you are being charged for your CRM, I think you should quit. I think being charged, that'd be like me coaching the team, you making the team, and then you paying to come to practice. It's my job to coach you. Yeah, but you owe me, every time you walk in the door, you owe me $125. So for us, we wanted additional capital, additional products, additional support, and I knew what I was willing to give up to go ahead and get there. And the two things that I wanted, and we talked to a lot of different entities. People always talk about, it's kind of funny. I always get a good chuckle. I'm trying to be condescending when people go like, well, the company I work at is going to go public tomorrow. It's like, okay, they're 1/10 our size, and they don't have remotely the ability, and nobody has any interest. Like, do you understand how that really works? It's got to be careful the things you say that make absolutely no sense. So we were looking for an entity that was massive, but there were two things that were crazy important. Number one, I wanted to keep running it the way we run it. Matter of fact, we gave a comp raise after we did our partnership. We wanted to continue to give back to clients and agents first. They had to be first. That couldn't change. And they were great with that. Like, no problem, got it. We'll agree to all of it. We'll put it in writing. That's the other thing. Like, people are like, I have equity in my company. Is it in writing? No. One day I have a profit sharing. Is it in writing? No. Are you publicly traded? No. Do you even have access to profits? No, I don't. Do you even know what you're making? No. Do you have revenue reports? No. What did your accountant and attorney say? If somebody tells you something crazy, go to an accountant or attorney that's actually licensed and certified and go, this company told me this. What should I get in writing? You own 100% of your company here. The second thing that was important was I wanted other men and women, once they get their business to a certain level, to be able to do their own partnership with Integrity. You own 100% of your business. Do you want to own a mythical 1/10% of a business that you don't even own, or do you want to own 100% of your business? If you are under contract with an IMO, you can trust and believe, talk to any attorney you want. You don't own nothing. Check with an attorney. I did. When I was under contract, and they told me all things I could do or not do, and what would happen if I didn't do what they wanted me to do all the time. I didn't own it. You have no contract here, you own it. We've had 7 people, 7, in the first 8 months do their own deals with Integrity. We have an army of men and women right behind them getting ready to do the same thing. Is this for everybody? If you like people, you'll be good at it. If you enjoy talking to folks, you'll be good at it. If you're good at being disciplined and being a good boss to yourself, you'll be good at it. Part-time or full-time. I started part-time. I was part-time for like 8, 9, 10 months, then went full-time. Whatever background you have, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter where you went to school or what you've been doing, as long as you genuinely care about other people and you're willing to put them first and you work hard. If those things, if you're already in the industry and these things excite you or interest you and you go, man, I didn't know that or I didn't know this, then contact us, FamilyFirstLife.com. You can contact any of the VPs. You go online, Facebook, you see us, we're everywhere. So if you have an interest in what we're doing, by all means, contact us. We just wanted to make sure we continue to get the message out. In today's world, with unemployment being as high as it is, people being downsized and outsourced and things being cut, benefits and pay, this is the easiest and simplest way I've seen for people to very quickly make $250,000 plus a year, and they're not working 60, 70, 80 hours a week. So if you'd like to contact us, great. Appreciate you watching today. Hope you have an outstanding night and a great week. Appreciate you guys. Thanks.